Productions is a YouTube channel that primarily focus on music and also relevant content that I believe content that is entertaining and also content to make you think. And tonight I would like to speak on or a continuation of the Caribbean and Africa. I started this topic talking about the Caribbean. I was born in Jamaica, a place called Spanish Town, and I migrated many years ago and live in the United States. And I must say that I'm happy to be able to say that I call this country home for a long time. Almost going 4 decades, I call this country home. And I also have to say it has been a rocky ride. It's up and it's down. My family is here in the United States, and I'm grateful for that. Children and grandchildren, my wife, myself. I can truly say I'm one that is blessed. And I also happen to travel to various parts of the globe and to see different lifestyle, see the way people live in different parts of the world. And because of that, my eyes also has been hoping to see the exploit of human and to see the suffering, and sometimes I have to say plain neglect of human being, the way how human beings have been treated, their living condition, the way things are in some country, and even right here in the United States. You see, a lot of people paint a picture as if it's all a bed of roses and it's all sweet and dandy and nice. It's not all the time it's nice, but yes, this is where I call home, and I'm truly grateful to be living here. But at the same time, there are many things that is not even suitable for us, because many people don't like to speak about the racial tension as if it is something that is not necessary to be talked about, or it does not exist. Some people pretend that it exists, and for those of us, who I feel it, sense it, come across it, feel it, we know that it exists. And many Africans and Caribbean and Latin American and even some European and people from elsewhere in Asia and various parts of the world seek sanctuary in the United States and run and to this country, flock to this country, because it is a picture that is painted that once you get here, life is a bed of roses. Yes, some people come and they work hard and put two and two together, and you can heat food and wear some clothes and truss a car or a house. Sometimes depends on what your qualification or your skills are. You may have to work strenuous hours to keep up. But at least, you can achieve certain things, education. They make it a way that you can achieve some education, but it's very, very expensive, and various things like that. But when you travel to places like the Caribbean and to see how, people there are living, sometimes it grieves you. I don't know about other people, but it grieves my spirit to see, the lack of infrastructure and the way things are. And it made me wonder, is there anything that can be done to, get Africa and the Caribbean out of this third world status that they have been placed in, to the effect that, some African countries, the kids don't go to school, they don't have a proper meal, they don't have a proper place to sleep. And then when you check it out, that same country have billions of dollars in resources that, make other country and other people wealthy, and the people that is the native of that land, the people that was born in that land, many times cannot inherit what it is. So many places that have no drinking water, so many places that don't have proper sanitary convenience, proper roads, and when you see these things, to me it just bothers me to the extent that I wonder who need to wake up to realize that in your country that you are governed, it's not only for you, but also for the citizens that live in the country. So many countries don't have proper drinking water, light food, proper clothing. Some kids don't go to school. Millions of kids don't go to school. So it's like telling that it's a doomed situation. There's no school, no proper road. Life is just a rocky, hard pathway, for so many millions of people around the globe. Also, I noticed, the Chinese are trying to bring some form of infrastructure to certain African countries. But when you check it out, they're doing fixing and doing good, but when they set up their business, the harsh treatment of the workers, and they don't treat them well. It's like everybody come and take their little slice of Africa. And I firmly believe, this is what I believe in my heart, that black people around the globe, whether in the Caribbean, whether in America, Canada, Australia, England, New Zealand, you name it, Europe, you name it. If African people is not liberated and free and developed, I don't believe within my heart and my mind, my spirit, that black people will be treated with respect across the globe. And I no matter how much money you have, because they see Africans as a stepping stone, and as one that African blood runs through, because my grandmother comes straight from Africa. And grandfather. My grandmother, grandparents are Africans. So, with the African blood running in me, it grieves me to see the treatment of Africans across the globe, wherever we Africans has gone to. I'm not saying that it's every day and every single day of our lives, and every place that we go we encounter the harsh treatment or the cold treatment or the embarrassing treatment, but we do experience it. And some black people so immune to it that they can't even feel it nor see it nor understand it when it faces them. Father, protect us from the grim reaper. Every day your love gets deeper. Every time when the ill gets deeper, it is time. So many children need food, education, proper medical attention, proper medical facilities to give good treatment. Places that when you walk on the street, and if you should feel the need to relieve yourself, you got proper convenience to use. Many African leaders should be ashamed to realize that in 2023 a person that lives next door in another African state need a visa to come into the African state that you govern, while Americans and Europeans and Australians and Canadians can just come in with no problem. Aren't you guys ashamed? Aren't you guys embarrassed? Or it doesn't faze you? Or you don't realize that you got to free the people? when you travel through Europe, you don't need visa to go from place. It's just recently the British need a visa to come into Europe because they cut themselves off. But Europeans can travel free around Europe, around Africa, come to the United States, go every place that they want to go. You know what I mean? Many times I just jump in my car and just drive to Canada. Never have a problem. Never have a problem. I travel to Europe, I don't have a problem. Even in Africa, don't have a problem. So why the African who born on the continent have problem traveling to and fro? Please cut this nonsense out and this madness out. Figure a way out how to free the people. Why a European, why an American, Canadian, an Australian, New Zealand, person from these countries can just roam into Africa easy without no problem, and the African cannot roam into their country easily, and that is bad, and you make it even worse. The Africans themselves cannot go next door easily. You guys should be ashamed to call yourself a leader. You should be ashamed. It is time. It is time. It is high time. It is the right time for the African people. So, you hear the song, so over some 40 years ago, Baba said, Africans unite. Unite for the benefit of your people. Africa for Africans, home and abroad. That's the reason why some people are ashamed. Some black people say, oh, you cannot call some black people Africans. Because they're ashamed. Some black people don't want to have nothing associated with Africa. They are ashamed. Because you leaders treat your own with so much disdain. If you cannot work out anything else, work out, make it easy for Africans to travel through Africa. Because you make it easy for everybody else to travel through Africa. And the Africans who born on the continent cannot travel through the continent easily, freely, like the others. Come on, man. Come on. Africa, unite. Unite for the benefit of your people. And another thing that is tugging on my heart. Haiti become a failed state, and the other Caribbean leaders stuff their nose up at Haiti. I would like to know, there's someone out there who honestly going to put a plan together. I don't mean to bring police down there and start to shoot the people and kill the people and brutalize the people. Put a plan together to help out another fallen brother or sister. The Asian need the black community to come together. You don't need America to send troops down there and tanks and guns and things. Or France to send troops down there. Why can't so many leaders of the Caribbean cannot put something together and said, listen, this is what we recommend, this is what we're going to put in place to help out Haiti. And when the Asian them run away and when they come to Jamaica or any part of the Caribbean, please don't treat them like animals. Treat them with dignity and respect. Caribbean people and African people run away a lot from the harsh treatment of their own country to make a better life elsewhere. So when the Asians come, treat them with the utmost respect. Treat them in a dignified manner. Treat them with love. Bahamian people, those people in Nassau, when the Asian come, treat them with respect. Because you guys are very disrespectful to the Asians. I've been there and see how disrespectful you guys are to the Asians. It is time for us, of the same pigmentation and skin color and shade, and with the African blood in us, treat each other with respect. You see how England, America, Canada, and Australia and these countries, they don't see eye to eye on everything. But when it comes to putting us in our place, them have one united front. If you don't understand what I mean, you figure it out. So why can't we now show that we can be dignified, respectful people to our own? It is time. It is time to change the narrative, to change the disrespect. It is time. Unite for the benefit of our people. Unite. Africans, we all across the globe have to unite. It is the right time, it is high time, and the perfect time. Free of Africans to travel through Africa. That's the first thing that these African so-called leaders got to do. Free up Africans to travel through Africa. Everybody else can come and travel through Africa freely and easily. So why the Africans themselves cannot travel through Africa? One blood, one heart, one love. Peace in the world. Peace in the world. Peace in the world. Stop the bloodshedding, the unnecessary killing, the brutal treatment of humanity. Peace, we say. Love, we say. God, we say. Free Africans.